General Andrews,
And the Dream Stream presents Rapid Runs!
So, on go. So, 3, 2, 1, go. And this is basically Celeste. First of all, I'm Shauny7188. I am David's brother. I actually am more than David's brother, but that's beside the point, despite how he introduces me. Dave, do you want to give excuses for your race while I finish the first tutorial level?
I needed to kill some extra time because I knew you were going to take longer, so I threw the second race.
Wonderful.
Yeah, no, Celeste is wickedly good. I actually did learn very properly up until the world record strats, up until the second level. And the movement is like absolutely phenomenal if you can get down the hyper dashes and everything else in this game.
Yeah, nice. Thankfully, the game you just mash A to get between the cutscenes. The game is done by in-game time for the leaderboards, but for marathons, you can see the RTA and stuff like that, the timer. But you have one little air dash, one little jump. You can wall jump, and you can bounce off surfaces. You can do hyper jumps like this and keep your dash. And you can also go to the top here, and you can stop momentum by doing dashes. And basically, everything you can do is nice and fluid. The game is absolutely great to pick up. There's a lot of assist modes if you can't do this kind of thing. There's no reason to be ashamed of using assist modes in games. And I actually learned to speedrun this game because... let's not die there. I learned to speedrun this game because people can't. They like to see the game run, even if I'm not the best. Like the game says, just be proud of your deaths and keep going. And also collect strawberries to impress your friends, which... that's good real-life advice, too.
It is. I have like a whole package of strawberries for people later on.
Who's your friends?
But that's the thing. Like, I'm not going to... No. I'm not going to make friends by giving them strawberries. I'm going to make enemies by throwing strawberries at people's heads. So.
So you're going the opposite route.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'll offer them strawberries so they become my friends. So let's see. We got it.
Well, also, shouts to Birdman for sending us care packages yesterday of spicy strawberry chili sweets. They're really good. That jump there.
Yeah, he sent us a bunch of American food. I'm going to tell you guys straight up, you Americans are weird.
Absolutely.
Some of the food in there was... but yeah, it was a neat package for sure.
So first level completely done. Couple stupid deaths, but you know, it is what it is. I should be under 2 minutes there, but you know, unfortunately with RTA, the deaths do matter. In-game time, it doesn't, because it doesn't count the menus. But RTA, the more deaths you have, the more the counter goes up. Although I think it's always the same amount of time for the deaths.
So what is the best stage to speedrun? What is the worst stage to speedrun?
The hotel's the worst to speedrun because of the little dust balls. The best stage to speedrun probably is this one. I really do love this one just because of the little jello blocks. And then if you learn how to do the ultra dashes, you can like skip quite a few little sequences. Learning to skip cutscenes, hardest thing in the game.
Yes, actually, no joke. It is actually very easy to mess that menu. But I was gonna say, I learned up until the hotel, and then I just didn't finish it.
Yeah,
but I tried to learn the hotel, and it just was not a fun stage. And even casually, I don't like the hotel. I think it's probably the weakest stage in this game. And I would agree. Up to what I learned so far, this stage is fantastic, especially this part here when you start getting chased by the corn. And you're not supposed to like smash your face into the wall. Don't
worry, I'm saving time for the marathon, making up for... that's a strategic death for commentary purposes, to show what happens if you smash your head into a wall. Oh dear. That's just wait. Oh, so Badeline, I don't like that name, but that's technically what they call her. She is actually mirroring my inputs. So yes. Based on how I move, I'm just going to take this a little bit slowly because I don't want to die in this room because the doorbells are annoying and sets off my dog if he's around. It was really annoying when learning this game around Obi. Obi is a good dog. But yeah, basically if I play bad, I will be caught. If I play good, I won't be caught. So it's strategic timing, movements, stuff like that. And okay, I don't think I have ever done that one before, so that's neat.
My only legitimate complaint about the speedrun is this section does not last long enough. Like, it gets really, really, really good, and then it's just over.
Let's wait for a second for them to... Again, like, they'll mirror my movements, so if I wait there, I can make them wait there as well, and now it's over, like David said.
No, I love the chase mechanics so much in this game. Like, this so fun to learn, like, super, super fun, and then just, like, done. It's like, no, give me more game.
There is the B and C sides. The B and C sides are alternate levels of varying difficulty. B tends to be a little bit longer, teaches you a few mechanics, and C is basically, screw you, player, you're going to die. But it's always 3 screens long. And I have actually been able to speedrun the C sides back in the glory days of when I actually learned how to actually do things in this game. And I could do all the C sides in less than 9 minutes, which is a heck of an achievement. And who'd have thought I could not see chat during this run and read it at the same time? So if there's any questions, David can field them for me, because kind of hard to focus on chat and Celeste at the same time. That's level 2 now done. Now here's my least favorite, the Celeste Resort.
Yeah, the hotel is pretty lame. It's a slow-moving stage. It's just not a good stage layout, I think, either. And the mechanics they introduce, there's a bunch of different mechanics in like every level that they kind of show you. But like these floating kind of like killing dust ball things, it's not a fun mechanic, speedrun-wise or casually.
No, and it tends to be everyone's least favorite level. Also, it makes the next level after this everyone's semi-favorite level, just because it's a break from the hotel. That's dumb. I just not be slow here. There you go.
Well, 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 asks, what kind of controller do you use for this game?
I'm playing on the Switch, so this is a Switch Pro control. And on the PC, I use a broken 360 control that doesn't. That's a drift on the D-pad. When I first learned to run the game, so that was a lot of fun to cope with. And then when this game came out on the Switch, I got it happily because, oh my god, that was the worst.
But was it the Xbox controller being broken, or was the Xbox controller?
It was the Xbox controller actually drifting.
What the hell is the X-Cutch?
This is why I don't have to commentate with you, David. Also, it's really weird everyone David calls David Dave. Like, he's my brother. I just call him David. I get told off in his chat. Like, his name is Dave. I'm like, no, he's my brother. His name is David. Thank you.
But man, the people want to know what is an X-Cutch. You're the one that coined the terminology. You got to explain it.
It's when your brother doesn't shut up.
Okay, that's pretty fair.
So here's the also goofy thing as we're going through this. We're actually just slowly going through. It's actually a lot of loops in this hotel. That was dumb. And that's what makes this level feel really slow is, well, you're just not really progressing as much because you're just trying to get a key and then progress to the next room. But here's the fun little thing about me and David. We're bipolar opposites when it comes to games for casual play and speedruns. David is a huge RPG gamer growing up, and he barely touched platformers, but he speedruns, platformers and doesn't speedrun RPGs. And I'm completely opposite. I used to do nothing but platformers. Now it's my bread and butter between like Mega Man games and all this other stuff. And I actually speedrun RPGs. I tend to actually do the horrible like 8-hour speedruns that somehow scares most of the retro community. So that's just how things go on that one. And I find it funny that we kind of navigated towards different communities in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of weird.
That and Mousetrap Hotel, that's its own thing. Spike Jump.
Yeah, like I literally only played RPGs growing up. It was very lopsided.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden you're like doing Chip and Dale and losing.
Yeah. Yeah. This is why I don't do commentary with my brother.
He's here for a while, folks.
I am older, Chico.
Yeah, 2 years, 9 days. Because during that time, he would always gloat that he was 3 years older than me when his birthday came around. Because he was that kind of brother.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know he squishes pancakes? Dave, explain that. You fry them in oil and call them pancakes. What the hell? Trust me, chat. I know all those secrets.
So anyway, what are you doing here?
Just going around cleaning up basically this guy's past problems, and we will be saying hi to Theo here. Theo's going to go through the vents and try to escape. We're just going to keep going, and we're trying to, story-wise, basically help the hotel owner here clear up his basically self-doubt and make him let go of the hotel that he's hanging on to despite him being dead, as the storyline of this level. This game is actually very well written. It deals with death, depression, all sorts of very serious issues, and it's worth playing through. Again, even if you play on assist, just play through it casually. You can enjoy the story. The characters are great. Unfortunately, you're not going to see the story. It's a speed run, and I'm skipping every possible cutscene because, although they're nice, they are oh so long. And all those 3 rooms, we're going to do that to get this key here, so we can go to the top left.
And low-key, Theo, he was an okay character, I think, casually, but in this speedrun, he's just super lame. Because he becomes, like, super helpless, and you have to throw this big rock around and, like, help him, and it's just not... Even from the speedrun mechanic, I found that whole section super annoying to learn, too.
Okay, fun fact, I never learned this game. This is just me playing fast. I've never actually... I don't know what the actual terms are called. I don't know what the mechanics are. I don't know what the routes are, because I know you're supposed to get, like, the B-side something or another in this level and not do the rest of this. I don't know that. I am just going by I'm playing the game, and I can play it quicker than most people can speedrun it.
That's pretty impressive, honestly, because like the movement in this game is not free at all.
Nope. It took me a very long time to actually learn the game, essentially, in my own way. So this is all literally self-taught, and even in Chapter 5, the Mirror Temple, there's a key skip. 𝐂𝐈𝐏𝐿𝐉𝐄𝐍𝐓, when the game first came out, I had a small Twitch clip to work with him doing the movements, saying, wow, it really isn't that hard, and that was it. And I had to deconstruct it completely so I can actually learn it myself and then incorporate it into my run. I still don't know the actual terms or anything, but I can pull off the trick. So, you know.
𝐂𝐈𝐏𝐿𝐉𝐄𝐍𝐓 key clip trick.
Yeah, it was like literally like a Twitch clip for, I gotta just dodge that. I mistimed that horribly. Each death isn't as punishing since you go to the beginning of the screen. Most screens are relatively short, but this particular chase scene is quite long, and each death will put me at the back of the beginning of the room. So ranging from 20 to 40 seconds to minutes sometimes, depending on certain deaths. And as well on top of that there is some serious issues when it comes to death cycles, because although you know a room and how it operates, see if I can do the just gonna bop him in the head, then just go. You have to be able to improv if things don't go right. Thank you for bringing the PowerPoint to the presentation, Mr. Oshiro. But the other thing as well is you have to, like, if I die, I go straight to the back. So I'm just going to wait and just let him pass by here.
That was a really good down dash to avoid getting killed there.
Yeah.
Like,
again, like, a lot of this is improv, and again, I don't actually know the death cycles for the rooms. So if I were to die here, all the timings is out the door. But that is level 3 out of 7. So, you know, already getting to the half point of the game. I gave you the wrong estimate. Sorry, General Andrews. I thought I was a lot worse at this game, and I gave a lot more of a buffer. I'm not. So, like I said in the chat, I could use some speedruns to make up some time. I am sorry, or I'll make up time because I'm bad at 1001 Spikes.
Sounds like somebody is going to do extra Rygar.
I mean, the thing is, I can do all sorts of weird things, but at least I can win races.
No, don't listen to that. Nobody likes Rygar. That was a joke. That was not to be taken seriously. I'm sorry.
Like Rygar. I still don't know what the storyline that game is. Yes. So here is the Golden Ridge. There's wind mechanics now. You can see that represented by the flags and also the Canada flag, because Celeste is based in Canada, the fictional country that a lot of authors made up.
Speaking of, just to backtrack slightly, we are from Canada. I saw that. I just didn't want to interrupt my brother. So we're both from Canada, which obviously makes sense because we're brothers. So.
You say that, I still have all the traceable things in the family. You don't. I literally have allergies dating back like 4 generations. David doesn't. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, poor General Andrews popped in the chat all of a sudden, start ranting against my brother. So basically, like the wind mechanics will push you. You can use them to your advantage. Here, no bullet going against the walls. You can do neutral jumps and not worry about climbing. Here, these blocks you can push left or right while holding them and get through that. Jump through here. There's a secret to the bottom right in that little pool, and then all I gotta do is just go around here and back up. And just like that, we are roughly a third way through. This is a nice long stage. Each stage gets progressively longer, and honestly, it's more well thought out.
I agree with that. I think there is a lot to say about like difficulty progression, and especially modern games, because it doesn't always match. Like, okay, second stage is harder than the first stage, and third stage is harder than the second stage. But almost chronologically in Celeste, like every stage is harder than the one that preceded it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get too crazy. It's not like, but I mean, that could be different from the speedrun perspective, because I don't know.
No, it is still more difficult per stage. Like some stages you're more comfortable with. Like, you know, I actually do like the Golden Ridge quite a bit, but it is a lot more punishing death-wise than all the other ones that were before it, except for the chase scene with Oshiro, because that's just kind of punishing as it is. Again, I am not a 26-minute speedrunner of this game. Like, that is beyond insane to me, what they've done to this as a speedrun. But I can pull off probably 60-70% of the actual tricks they can pull off, and again, it's all self-taught, so I'll give myself some credit. That's really dumb, but...
See, and then the cool thing about Celeste, I think that's worth pointing out, is I wouldn't say it was like one of the first indie games that became prominently, you know, like very speedrun heavy, and a lot of people kind of picked it up. Because there's obviously like Super Meat Boy and stuff that came before it. Mm-hmm. But still, Celeste really exploded in popularity from the speedrunning scene, but I think it was also partially in part because the developers were really good. And there was a lot of little things, like I remember seeing a discussion, and I think it was like TGH or whatever that mentioned it. And he mentioned like at the very beginning there was like somebody or something like that realized that you have like one pixel where you can jump beside a spike, and there's actually a dead zone, so you don't get killed by the spike.
Yep.
And the speedrunning community was like, oh, we're not even completely optimized this game yet. Like, there's so much still to figure out. But please, developers, don't patch out that little tiny dead zone, because that means we can land beside a spike, and we can still survive, and we can skip certain sections. And the developers directly acknowledge that, and they're like, sure, we'll keep it in. So it's been a very cool kind of like developer relationship, because there's not always the case like with modern games where they keep in little bugs like that, because usually they want to patch it out for, you know, a polished product as possible.
No. The random snowballs in the sky messed me up, and now that I've died in this room, I have to take it slow because the death cycle changes the timing of the snowballs, which is why this is, problematic if I were just to run, you know, blindly ahead. So, like, the initial cycles of the rooms I'm very practiced on. I know some death cycle rooms. I know also some rooms which are just like, oh wow, this is a bad choice for me to be doing this here. And now the wind will be pushing me. And this is, again...
People are saying this is an accurate depiction of Canada currently.
I mean, it's like minus 25 in like 2 days. So, like, that's Celsius, not the fictional temperature. And that's stage 4.
GG?
Yep. So stage 5 is Mirror Temple. 4 deaths, that's actually a lot for Golden Ridge for me. I normally finish the game with roughly 20, and normally that one is either 1 or 0. So not happy about that, but the deaths were relatively painless. So we will start here. It will have a small cutscene, and then basically we are just going to hip, hop, and skip all the way through the little tight corridors. Madeline can actually squish herself into shape. Oops, missed that. She can squish herself into, you know, shapes and stuff like that, and through... Okay, thank you. I can actually get that. Little corridors. You can either duck and do whatever, but it's really fun just to dash, because the dash removes your height from 2 blocks high to all of a sudden 1 block high. This is the Mirror Temple. It has a wonderful musical secret in it. If you were to play... Essentially, the part when you have Theo in the crystal, if you play it backwards and filter out some noise, I have to wait 1 second here because that's now the death cycle. Nope. That's supposed to be upright. I didn't wait. There we go. Please, will you stop hitting that one? There we go. Like I said, like the spikes will have a different cycle on them, so it's like I'm not used to that one screen at all. But Theo will actually, or sorry, the part with Theo, if you were to play it backwards, like a backwards record thing, filter out the noise, it'd actually have Madeline speaking about how she doesn't like who she's becoming. It's an entirely lyrical track played backwards. It's really cool.
Actually, I didn't know that. Funny enough, I actually learned literally yesterday in Diablo 1, there's like some kind of satanic thing.
Oh, really? A Diablo? Satanic? Wow!
but like the noise he makes is like some kind of like growl when you see him for the first time. And they actually
it's like eat your vegetables or something, right?
Yeah, it says eat your vegetables and brush after every meal. But they reverse that and it's like or whatever. And I'm like, that is fantastic. I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah, because they're going to be criticized by making basically Satan in a video game. So they're like, well, make him say something nice.
Oh, that's really cool.
So I have to just wait for a second. So they appear in front of me so I can shoot through them. And we're going to move on to the second part of the Mirror Temple, which is everything kind of gets all purpley. And too much purple, it can be dangerous for your health. It's a lesser known medical fact. And also, now I'm a giant eyeball. Just talking about Canada chat. Banff is nice. Jasper's a little bit nicer. There's a little small place called Radium. Wonderful hot springs. It's a little like retreat away from the actual like tourist traps of the mountainous Alberta areas. So now everything's purple. Balin has caught up to us. This is the Mirror Temple. There she is. And we're going to talk to her 4 times here. So lots of skip cutscene, which is totally not going to do at all. And then now that's done. And you dash here to make that go down. You can hit, sometimes you can hit the button there. Doing whatever dash, and I messed that up because, there you go. Cover on that one. You can't dash when you get in there initially. Hit the thing, realize these things are real, and then run like heck. And yeah.
What's not obvious, just from seeing those previous rooms if you've never played this game, is those platforms only activate when Madeline is dashing. So you have to be pretty specific in terms of like how you choose to dash, otherwise the platform isn't going to be in place, you'll activate it too soon.
Use the guy to actually activate the button, which I actually do like, because technically, in the loosest sense possible, they're part of Madeline. So technically they can activate the buttons along with her. Sit up here, let that guy activate that one. Then this guy can't catch me as I go around the room. Then I missed him. Sometimes you can get him to the bottom and make him hit the bottom button there. I still don't know. Again, I don't know the timing at all. I don't speedrun this game, despite what you're seeing. And that guy's just going to be stuck there. Again, Obi's not going to bark at all the doorbells, which is great. Skip cutscene. The dog is a jerk, but I love him a lot.
He's a pretty cute dog.
So this is the skip I'm talking about that came up here. I only had literally a small Twitch clip to... you dash that, hold up left, then jump and grab the wall.
Ah, really cool.
Yep. I already had a small Twitch clip that didn't even show the actual thing on it. All it was like, oh, it's that easy. It's a very brief description. So...
that is a good skip.
Yep. Skips literally the entire segment there. And I see you. And he's an eyeball, so that is also a pun.
Please stop talking.
Actually, it's also a level in 1001 Spikes too. Called I See You.
Oh man, so you're just gonna recycle that joke later on too.
Absolutely, I have no choice.
I see you.
They're gonna get a boost from that guy. Oh, we messed that up. And now there's also all sorts of eyeballs now, and now we have Theo stuck in a crystal. And I like this movement a lot, but I cannot do certain jumps with it, so there'll be some slower movements here. But you can jump and grab him and kind of get a small speed boost.
I see, for whatever reason, I thought I remembered this section to be in the hotel, but this is the section that I was talking about earlier where I thought that Theo was just a super annoying speedrunning mechanic being trapped in this crystal.
Yeah, I know. It's, again, as long as you can use them to, you can use them as a defense against the little eyeball guys. the game slows down before you get hit, and that's what kills me. It's not the actual like, movement or anything like that. It's the fact is when it slows down, my movements slow down and my inputs don't get read. So that's the kind of annoying thing. So just use Theo there. Do that. Keep him up there. Theo is useful here, so you can like that. Launch him. Theo saves the day. Absolutely. I shouldn't have done that.
What a conceited jerk. He hasn't done anything at all.
I mean, I didn't believe about Badland when Matty talked to Theo earlier, and then now he's stuck in a crystal in a magical temple, so he's like, I guess you were right. So, he's learning from his mistakes too. But this is all teaching mechanics and momentum and stuff like that, and honestly, it's a very... Oh, couldn't do that one. There you go. Let's kind of go around.
I'm surprised you haven't said I see all the eyeballs in the room right now.
I have some shame.
No, you don't. So you're the person that would say I see it every single eyeball.
Well,
right,
the most important thing is we're actually done now, and it's a small little gauntlet of how fast can you throw him and catch him during the waves that the giant eyeball at the end of the room. Which, I see you. There you go.
There you go. See, told you.
So now we're done World 5 of 7. So it's like, oh wow, it's like we're already like what, 15 minutes or something into the run? Where's the estimate come from? The last 2 levels.
Alright, so I have a couple things to say about this stage. First of all, this stage, I think, by far and none, is... Oh wait, sorry, we're ahead of ourselves. Never mind. I thought we were in reflection already.
Ah, you jerk. Okay, so fun fact. I play with the D-pad, not the joystick. The joystick gets higher top speed with these feathers than a D-pad.
Really?
Yes! It takes us like a third of a second longer to get to max speed. It's really annoying.
That's bizarre.
So that's why I did not make that feather there. If I would use a joystick, I would have been able to. I can normally barely make it. These are the 𝐿𝐻 blocks. Someone from Power Up Audio shoved his head into a bucket of water and made those noises. That's why they're called 𝐿𝐻 blocks.
Okay, so I have a couple of things to say about this stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, low-key, I think honestly this is maybe my favorite stage in the game. I learned it out of order, so I actually did learn this stage properly, and all of the mechanics that they introduced in this stage with those little bouncers and the feathers are pretty fun in conjunction with the level AOT. Spoilers, if you've never seen this game before, after this stage, you get a double jump. This is my only criticism in the entire game. You get the double jump way too late. It completely opens up movement. It is a fantastic movement device. It is just like a total upgrade to Battle Line's overall movement, and then it's just in this stage, and it's like, come on, man. I wish it was a little bit sooner. And then the only other thing that I want to say is the music when it comes to the boss. First of all, absolutely slaps. It is probably by far my favorite theme in the entire game. But
Okay,
second,
fellow children.
whatever. Second, the other thing is there was actually like a weird little audio dip where during the initial recording, the developers literally said that it was a complete bug. Like the audio warps and you'll be able to hear it, I guess, like when it comes up there.
Also, goodbye encoding when it happens too.
Yeah, but they kept it in, and it actually creates like this really interesting little piece in the song where I like it anyway. I thought that was a really cool little fact too from the developers.
Yeah. Yeah, Matty Thorson, they changed the dev studio's name to Extremely OK Games, which I just adore. Is this the but the thing is, like David said earlier, like they're really close with the speedrunning community. People are very much watching the game development of their next game. Celeste did absolute wonders when it came to numbers, so they want for nothing when it comes to like their first kind of big, like they had other games, but like the first really big release probably took a lot of financial pressure off them as well, and they can kind of focus and do what they want. And Celeste will always be around and always be a fantastic game. They added a DLC and ended Maddie's story, and legitimately, I beat this game for the first time when I first played it. It took me 1,600 deaths or 1,200 deaths, one of the two, I can't remember. The Farewell DLC took me 1,800 deaths alone. So despite knowing how to run the game, doing all the A, B, and C sides, their final DLC level killed me basically double what I actually beat the game with. I'm not going to dash into there. I dashed into the spikes so many times. It's not worth it. I'll just go back to the beginning anyway. It'll just be a waste of time. This little thing looks scary. It's really basic because you go here, grab this wall, dash when you get past those spikes. So you can grab that wall, dash all the way down there, bounce against that one, bounce against that one, go down here, bounce against that one, dash there, and now you're in the water safely. It's a really nice quick room.
I do like how the audio gets submerged as you're submerged in water too. I always thought that was a nice little touch.
Apparently this entire stage was supposed to be underwater, and this is why this one little segment here is underwater, because I wanted to use the mechanics, but then, no one likes water levels, so they took it out.
I'm thankful. That would have
everyone's thankful.
That would have made literally the best stage in the game, easily the worst stage in the game.
Yeah, so they wanted to have remnants of it there, and now I can dash, and can I keep it? Nah, I can sometimes keep it through there. So here's the slapping music, according to David.
Wait. But that was the warp, right?
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to point it out, but I was like a second too slow. Yeah, like
every time I hit her.
Yeah, no, I like that.
So now there's going to be lasers. And after I hit battling each time, the blocks will fall. If I'm fast enough, I can play around what the actual attacks will be.
Yeah, you don't really get to see it, like when somebody's a little bit more optimized during the speedrun because they're kind of staying ahead of this boss. But I can't kind of express how hectic this is casually the first time you're kind of going through it. Trying to figure out how she's going to shoot at you and how to avoid the lasers and how to avoid those little orb things and the falling terrain. This is easily, I think, one of my favorite boss fights too. It's just a very, very, very good boss. And I liked it a lot anyway.
Again, goodbye encoding. This and 𝐂𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐄𝐓 from Earthbound really kill streams. Like, things will look very blurry.
Yeah, same with Bubble Man 2 and Mega Man 2 or whatever. Sorry, Bubble Man. Everything becomes like pixelated. It's like, how? Why?
More pixelated than does a regular game.
Yeah, silly.
So this is the one room I do not want to die in. The death cycle is absolutely punishing. I'm just going to take that last little bit. I have died after hitting her on the spikes there.
So does the dying only affect the room that you die in or everything that comes after too?
Only the room that you die in, but the thing is that she waits for you to start the room again before attacking, which then causes like kind of a different timing to what you're doing. So as long as I do things on the first go, like I haven't died technically against her yet, I'm fine. I know off by heart all the little things here. I know to jump off there, you can jump down. Just dodge that, just be a little bit careful. And now we're gonna get a little cutscene here of she is basically telling us we're not a mountain climber because, well, we're not, and we're doing this, we're stupid, and she's trying to help us. Something self-doubt. So now the platforms will be moving without me hitting her first, which is now the gimmick of the rest of this part of the slapping music. I'm not gonna get over the fact he called it that, David. I've never heard you ever. Okay, now this is gonna suck because I died.
Well, this is the first time that we've talked. So
that's true. Yeah.
You wouldn't have heard it. It is actually in my vocabulary. I promise.
I don't know that at all. So there you go. Like that one room there, I can do that start really nicely. Stuck here. Go around. Just make sure I hit her there. We can kind of skip a cycle there. Again, I don't know what the optimal things are in this game. So if you want, like, see actually like super impressive runners, please, they have a wonderful welcome community I'm not part of. I know that though. It sounds really weird to say it that way. I just never bought to learn the game, nor do I want to.
No, it is humbling though. Like the amount of movement, tech, and execution required to run this, I think even at a 40 break and then a 30 and then 26 is just insanity.
So now we have to wait, because this is the annoying death cycle. You can see here it's going to cut really close in some of the... Let's wait for a second there as well. So this is the final room of this segment. So now there's no more death, and we'll be going on to the summit. And there'll be a revisit, because... Wow. All right, whatever.
What a dumb death. That was amazing.
Yeah. Has to be at least one like really, really dumb death every run that you're ashamed of.
Almost
I
one
like-
shot this boss with all kinds of precision, dies the corner spike that's completely stationary.
Yeah. Which is a whole different thing. Yeah, then there you go. Once you land, you can skip the cutscene. It's just slightly over 8 minutes. My best time is 7:50 there for that segment. So, put in perspective. But now, in Maddie's story, because of self-doubt and fighting with herself, she fell to the bottom of the mountain. So we ditch our backpack, which is now gone for the sprite, technically. And we are going to climb up the entire mountain in one go. So we're going to be revisiting every single area, but now we have a double dash. So all the gimmicks of every single area, as well as the music. Oops, I was supposed to do that in the earlier screen. There you go. Because you can carry the dashes through the screens like that.
Yeah, no, this is a very satisfying ending, the way that they had you climb the mountain.
As well as the music builds after every scene you do as
Yes, the music is absolutely, I think, masterful in this game in the sense that, unless you want to talk about the hotel stage again, I'm sorry, like the hotel stage's music isn't that good. But every other song is absolutely fantastic, and especially the summit is really, really good too.
Yeah, Farewell, I have the DLC music on my tablet, what I used to listen all the time when I was in university. Is a fantastic, again, it's a fantastic game. The DLC is free, it comes with the game. I really recommend anyone to try Farewell. There we go. Skip that entire screen.
So one of the coolest things that I ever saw on Twitch a long time ago was eventually you'll see as you climb the summit, there's like flags with numbers on them. And they go from obviously like highest and then they keep going lower and lower. And chat kept counting them down. I think it was TGH as he kept hitting all the flags and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. Like there were so many people and they were all counting it down. And I just like that. Like, because at that
Chat
point,
can do it as well when I get to that screen if they want.
well, yeah, I mean, they could. For sure,
Well, here's the thing. Like, this is like why I haven't speedrun this game since 2018. I did a three-way race for 𝐂𝐐𝐓. Just skip that entire segment there. For Celeste, I raced Nerd Squared and 𝐂𝐐𝐍𝐶 and a bunch of fours. I don't know how many fours, but there's quite a few of them. And I won the race. And chat actually counted me down flag-wise on the mountain. That was my speedrunning goal for Celeste. So I just stopped learning how to speedrun it after that because I got it done. I was in a marathon, I got counted down, and I won a race. I got a multiple person race as well. So, I'm like, well, what's my goal anymore? And I kind of stopped after that.
To beat TGH, that's the goal.
Oh, TGH is a face of, Celeste speedrunning. I messed up that jump. I'm just going to re-correct that there. Apparently you don't go up this one. I don't know why, but apparently people go to the other one, but it's quicker or not. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that dude is utterly insane. Like,
you know what the best thing about him is?
Huh.
A, he's extremely kind. Like, extremely, extremely kind. But the other thing, he's one of the best Zelda 2D speedrunners ever. Like, that's actually what he's known for.
Yeah, and he does a lot of different things because he also gets into Pokemon a lot too. And, But yeah, no. Definitely synonymous with like the face of Celeste for sure.
Yeah. Because he was the first one really to like break the game down. So now we're past level 2 revisit. Now we're on to the hotel. So the hotel music gets a little wispy here and there, but overall it's not really adding too much. And these ones are kind of, annoying cycles because they're kind of off to what you want. So I'm just going to take it a little bit slow so I don't die, and then, we'll eventually get through this. I still don't know how to do this room. All I know is that you go back. Okay. It's a little bit too far over. Please stop.
So, what is worse than the hotel in this game?
Don't know. Tell me.
The hotel revisit.
Honestly, the revisit's shorter, so...
Yeah, okay. Hotel B-side also pretty...
Actually, the hotel B-side actually isn't that bad. The B-side and C-sides and stuff like that. The C-sides are just generally just punishing is all.
I think well they made you move a lot faster in the B and C sides. Like you didn't have as much time to kind of like sit and think. Whereas I think the original level design, it was kind of in between that. Like they wanted you to move clearly, but at the same time, I don't think they quite figured out how to do that yet. So they wanted to keep it, I think, maybe a little bit more casual. That's my guess anyway. Because like the B and C sides are such a step up in difficulty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the B sides also teach you a lot of hidden mechanics, and Farewell teaches you hyper dash because they actually incorporate that into the game finally.
Yeah.
They have a PowerPoint presentation telling you how to do hyper dash because Bird is fast, can't catch Space Bird. Bird is mean.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Because at that
Bird
point,
is mean, yes.
Yeah, yeah, but that too. But no, like you literally could see they were more comfortable in asking more of the player in the B and C sides than I think, especially the original hotel levels.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, again, my PB for all the C sides is I think 901 or something. Like I did extremely good on them, but I did them in reverse. Really, I did that in I did them in reverse order because I was scared more of the summit than I was the starting levels. So until I got like a good summit, then that's why my PB is the way it is. No, I messed that up. This one you just have to just jump and do. Like I said, I don't know the speedrun. Okay, controller, can you behave?
I don't know the speedrun immediately dies.
I mean, yeah.
Is that you're an honest guy? You're telling the truth.
Yeah. But you have the wind mechanics come back now.
I do wish that they didn't have as much backwards wind, because when the wind reverses and you're going with the wind, it's very fun, but obviously being pushed against the wind I don't think was the best mechanic, but it definitely is not as bad as obviously the hotel, as I keep saying. But
let's go like that, go up, dash, grab it, push it down. Barely made it, like scraped the top of it. Should have been pushed down a little bit further for safety. I don't know how to do this screen. I legitimately don't know. All I know is I can kind of time it, but like when I watch speedruns of like people playing the game properly, they don't do what I do at all. They get to the top like in like 2 seconds. So I'm like, cool. I don't know what happened. Also, I'm gonna try to grab my swag strawberry here, and I'm gonna see if I can carry it to the actual end of this little segment. Because the strawberry will only get cashed in if you touch the ground for a long period of time.
Alright, what do you think, Chad? Is the strawberry gonna make it to the end? Or is it gonna die?
Because it won't activate on this little thing here.
You believe? Chroma believes in you. He's a fellow Canadian.
Almost died there. There you go. Swag strawberry! So it will get cashed in when I land here, because it'll force me to land, so it goes blip.
There you go.
But that strawberry's from the previous segment. I love trying to go for that. And I'm going to be going for, was it doorless, I think? I'm taking the taxi, what they call. It's the safety strat and baby strat, but you know what? I don't have to do jumps, so I'm kind of happy with that.
The taxi, that's funny.
Yeah. So you jump here, do that. You can get over here. And then do one jump, second jump, you wait for a second. Don't jump because that will squish you when you try to go through it. So here is another keyless jump, is you do a dash up here, bounce off those two walls, jump up there, go like that, retry, you spawn at the bottom of the key so you can get through and not skip the entire puzzle.
Do you need the exact frame window?
David, I don't know this game.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I literally watched a video and replicated it. That's what I did.
Okay, sorry, Chromie, he's clueless.
Yeah. I see the Celeste community because they actually know what they're doing. I don't. So I can do that, skip that first jump entirely, and then I can go beneath the door once, and go beneath the second door, so I don't have to hit any of the switches. There's a meme or something, I can feel 12 years younger for doing that. I don't know. Again, please ask the community that's involved, not me. Again, this is all self-taught, so like I'm so proud of myself, and that's why I don't ever want to learn to run, because this is my best casual play of the game. Like, it's really weird to phrase it that way, but
I can kind of get that because like you essentially routed it yourself.
30.
Alright, there you go.
Countdown to flag, chat.
Best segment. I love the flag. The flag. Sorry, I love the summon is what I tried to say there.
Good job, David.
I like flag. I wish I could do like Ralph Wiggum's voice. I like flag. Why does that sound like Mickey Mouse?
Everything sounds like Mickey Mouse because everything's owned by Mickey Mouse.
Look at that, they're counting you down.
Yeah. Like, that's honestly one of the best feelings when you're running this game.
Dude, it is. It really is. Like, it's such a nice ending too, especially when you're on PB pace and your PB makes it so you haven't died on any of the other flags.
Oh, I have no idea even what my PB is anymore. I think I said like 4 years ago or something at this point.
Because like at that point, like you're literally counting and there's pressure behind it too, because you can't take a death like 3 times on 25 or something.
Nah, it's always flag 2.
Is there, like, what are the harder flags?
2, 10, 4, 17. I'm trying to remember the ones I die a lot on.
2 in top 10 then.
Yeah.
2 and 10. Okay.
So we're off onto, again, a nice little lofty area here at 19. So 17's more annoying. This one's not that bad. 17, you have to go through this little thing here. The learning that is really annoying because you have to embrace the wind change. And jump there, do that. That strawberry is a real big pain to get. And then, nope, straight up. Straight up, then
It's
right
like dying
there.
in corners, huh?
Not that time.
That was a pretty crazy save.
Yeah, so one diagonal dash, 2 diagonal dash, very light touch, there, and you just run out of stamina by the time you get to that flag. So 14 is another hard one to kind of get your head around. Again, you kind of have to make good use of the high winds here. Just touch that flag first. Do that. This bounces you right to there, so you can dash straight up. Again, I learned to speedrun this game because some other people can't. I say speedrun, but like I never learned to speedrun, but I know a lot of people get enjoyment out of this game and seeing it run different levels. And I'm probably like a medium speedrunner. I'm definitely not a high tier one, but at the same time, like, you know, David can't do this. Like, you learned the game, I just kind of played the game.
Hey, can't do this yet.
David, you told me you're going to learn like 3 years ago, so, you know.
Yeah, no, that's true. You got this one on me for now.
Yeah, but like I refuse to actually learn the actual strats, and now we're going to get rid of the wind for the last little bit. Sorry, one last one. This one you can hold straight up. You go right here. Right when it disappears, you can dash twice and just do this and go straight up to the top. That's the one thing I know. So 4, no more updrafts, so it's a little bit more annoying. The flags get a little bit more spread apart. I messed that up. I had to keep a dash there.
So that one sent you back a decent amount there.
Not really. It's just it looks a little bit different because of the lack of the updraft. And you have to space out your jumps here, else you don't make it, because, you know, they'll still get you. This one goes up here. You can grab that. 1 dash there, 1 dash there. This goes up. Everyone hates this one, but if you wait and patient, it's nice. Here's number 2. Everyone's most hated flag. Goes there to there. Bounce once, bounce twice. 1, 2, 1. You wait a sec. 2. And time is when I touch the final flag on the summit. The timer will stop in the corner as well, but this has been Celeste, a game that I don't know how to run, but I run because other people love to see it run. And it's an absolutely great hobby and time.
GG. Very good.
So, yeah, 1. Summit flag. You can also say 0. You know? So, there you go. In-game time of 45. I want to say with the menus, I'm like 47 or something. I think I gave you an estimate of 52, so I know I'm quite early on that one.
48.
Okay, so I'm a little bit behind my PB, but that's not bad. Also, actually, I'm already happy for the 48. That's actually kind of neat. If you ever want to practice hyper dashes, you can there. There's also birds. Look at the birds. No one ever says hi to the birds in speedruns. I want to shut it off. You have to do like a weird diagonal down dash every single time, whatever that mechanic is.